Hey everyone, this is Zardy and welcome to the Weekly WIP. So yeah, none of the intros out of the way. Welcome to the Weekly WIP. This is going to be our first episode. So I'm going to be doing a few things just at the beginning here. First of all, I want to be going over what this is, and then who we're working on, and we're going to hop into like the rest of the video. So Weekly WIP is a weekly show that I want to do on YouTube on Wednesdays because, you know, Weekly WIP Wednesdays, you know, a W alliteration, yeah. Yeah, I want to do this every Wednesday, and basically what we're going to be doing is just working on some Fraymakers content, you know, some Fraymakers custom content, just some weekly work in progress stuff. I really want this to be a series where I showcase everything that I do to make a character from start to finish. Every single step. I don't really want to skip anything. Obviously the video is going to be edited here and there, just to make it not super boring, because some parts of this character creation process are pretty boring. So I don't want to do that. I want to make it like kind of interesting, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the editing goes, everything like that. But so yeah, that's the premise of the Weekly WIP. Hopefully I'll be able to do it every week. And then who we're going to be working on today? Well, I figured for the first character, I was originally going to do something like Wolverine, you know, W Wolverine, you know, just keep the alliteration chain going, but and I kind of looked at him and I was kind of like, I don't really want to like do this as like my first showcase on like how to make a character, because he's a little weird. You know, he's not like super simple per se to like make stuff. So I think I'm gonna work on Ken first. You know, just a basic Shoto. I've done it in the past with making Akuma, working on Ryu. So like I know how they work pretty much. So yeah, I just wanted to do someone kind of like simpler per se, and just, you know, go from there. So. We're gonna be doing Ken Masters here. So I have him put up in Fighter Factory. This is what I do at the start every single time. I find I find the character on you can archive on the downloads page, right? For MVC2, I really like the author Red Hot. He makes really good conversions that are like actually like really like system accurate, all the animations and everything. So I normally just use this stuff. That's who we're using. I think Ken's somewhere in this downloads page. That's kind of besides the point. So once I get him in here, I rename all the animations to what they would be in Fraymakers. So like jump squat, I just rename it to jump squat, and stuff like that. I do all the moves too that I can. Like this is gonna be aerial up, basically. So yeah, so basically I just rename everything in here and call it a day. Okay, we do have an aerial back. Okay, good. And then the next thing we have to do that I haven't done yet is export the sprites. The old method was to use the save image align method. Now I use this export option down here. Hit all, you want all of them, and then I'm gonna make a new folder for Ken in my project folder, project MVC2. So this is Ken sprites. I always like to separate the project folder from the sprites folder, just because I find it's always easier. Sometimes I'm searching for a specific frame, like maybe like for the legend, I'm looking for him like holding something, like up his hands up in the air. I don't know what to do for that, so like I'll look through all the sprites in a really easy format. But now the sprites are exported. That's great. Next step is to utilize the Mugen importer created by yours truly. So once you have everything renamed, everything like that, going here to Mugen, just work on a new project, and then we gotta find Ken's air file, which is right here. So this is going to have everything. All the animations that I rename are all going to be in here. There's one that I want to worry about, which is aerial back. I'm going to invert aerial back, which basically means I'm going to flip it, because this just saves me time from doing it later. And then I'm looking for the projectile. Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to tag. So Ken has a projectile that goes forward, right? The forward Hadoken. And then he has the Hadoken that goes down in the air. I'm going to put both of these projectiles into one projectile, like, overall script. And the reason I'm going to do that is we're going to get to that, like, way later. But I think I have a good way to use, like, exports and stuff to basically make it so I have one projectile script. And I don't need to make, like, two, because the Hadoken's going to function the same. Basically, it's just the only thing that's going to change is the speed and the animation that it plays. That's literally it. So if I can just put it into one script file and not two, it kind of just saves on time. I don't really have to worry a whole lot about things, and I feel like it's just a little bit easier. So we're going to do that. We're going to give it a name, Hadoken, right, projectile, cool. And I don't really think anything else is really that much of a worry. So we're going to submit. The template I use is the Fraymakers super template that I made, which is still not released because I keep adding stuff to it. So at some point I need to just release it, call it a day. So now we got to find the sprites that we just exported. So for me, I always just copy the path here because I need it later anyways. So that's the sprites folder. And then we need the FFE file that basically has all the data on where to put the sprites. And then the project folder, which is this empty one that I created earlier. Palettes, I never have any luck with these, but I always like to import them anyways, because the color always seems to be off. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do all those. Hit submit. Give it a second to think. Cool. So now when we open it, we're gonna open up the thing we just made. And yes, if you see some characters, I'm working on literally everyone from MVC2. I have an entire spreadsheet up that tracks my progress on all the different characters, all with percentages and like different highlighting and everything, because I really wanted to be organized for this stuff. So yeah, everything is super organized. Yeah, we're 8.54% done. But yeah, I normally go in here and I update things. So Ann's renamed Feather Factory. Sprites have been exported. They've been animated and they've been imported into Fray Tools, and we just gotta do the first run. And then for like the movement attacks and like all these other categories, I have a separate sheet for those just in general. So this is gonna be different, so we don't need that actually. So yeah, so this all tracks how everything like looks and stuff. So I'm gonna be flipping to this every once in a while once we finish something, just to like mark it off that it's done. Okay, so yeah, let's go to opening Ken here, and we see we have the Hadoken. We see we have the Hadoken entity. That's cool. So that should already all be basically set up. So yeah, it always starts with the super bar stuff. And go down here to stand, and look, there he is. Here's Ken. So that's cool. Ken is now in Fraymakers. All the animations have been imported. You know, first, I like to remove all the VFX that I don't need for the project from the beginning. So all the red hot stuff is always at the end. This is like all the MVC2 stuff, like all the little VFX and everything, like the words and stuff. I don't want that at the beginning because it honestly just wastes time with doing exports. Like, it makes an export take like infinitely longer, and like I don't like want to deal with that while I'm making the character. Like, yeah, I can import it later at any point anyway, so it's like whatever, you know. So I basically get rid of all these, fly through them all. Okay, so we stop whenever I see Ken again. So we're gonna save that. Are we gonna change all the IDs? over to Ken. So the character entity file, I'm gonna change that to Ken. In the manifest, I'm going to rename everything Ken. And then this will be capital K for capital Ken. Boom, capital Ken. Next, we need to go into scripts. Go to character stats. This is gonna be, oops, this is gonna be Ken. And then also in the script file, I have a variable for the character name, and we're gonna have that renamed as Ken. Basically, I need that for creating the sprite objects for like the super bar and some other stuff. So yeah, so now he should be all ready to export. The only thing left we have to do is close everything. Actually, I'm gonna leave this open, and then we're gonna run another tool that I made called Project Cleanup. Right. So what this does is it takes a project. So takes a project folder like the one we made for Ken, and it basically tries to remove audio and all the sprites that aren't used in the project. So all those animations where I deleted all those really big VFX, they're going to be taken out of the project folder, so that basically we don't need to export them when we export the character for the first time, right? Which is good, which is what we want. So I'm going to run this. See, 637 sprites now do not need to be exported, and especially some of them are like really big, so it really like kills the time. So yeah, we do that. Close this, refresh this, and oh, one more thing. Menu entity. One thing I learned is that if you don't put any keyframes in for these things, Fraymakers will crash, and it'll crash every single time. So I'm just gonna drag him in here somewhere. I always snap him to the middle of the sprite. It always makes it like focus on like not a good area, but it's like whatever. This is just placeholder stuff. So this is stuff I normally do like at the end. So cool. So now we have him and all the menu stuff too. So I'm gonna go back to here. And we're gonna publish. Okay, we gotta wait until it's loading. So we're gonna go to publish. We have to add Fraymakers to the we have to add the custom content path and then the Fraymakers files folder to do that. So you go to Fraymakers, right? Go to properties right here. Go to installed files. Browse. It always opens on the wrong monitor for me, but this is like our custom content folder kind of stuff. So I'm gonna make one. I think I already have one called Ken, so I'm gonna rename this because I worked on Ken before, but I'm redoing him because I didn't really like how I was doing him before. So this is Ken old. This is new Ken, so just Ken. Copy this path. Path I want's here. Paste it as that. Select folder. Publish all. Boom, call it a day. Yeah, it's really like, yeah, and you see the publish was pretty fast. If we had all those things in there, oh my gosh, it would have taken so much longer. So now we're just gonna run it, just to make sure that he's in game, stuff like that. He should have some animations here and there, mainly just stand and crouch. So we're gonna check see if those are there. And then we're gonna, I think for the rest of this episode, we're gonna work on movement for him. Just some general movement practices. So I think that would be good. So
choose your fighter.
Go all the way down to Ken. Yeah, I know it's a while. I have a lot in here. Oh, great, they look the same.
Custom character.
Okay, this is definitely the right one. Yeah, so obviously you can see the palette is kind of messed up, but he's got his stand, he's got his crouch. You know, that's pretty good. He doesn't have a jab. I don't know why he doesn't have a jab. I feel like that was something I should have named. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Why did the pallet just go away? Dude, what is happening to the pallet now? Oh, it's so messed up. Wait, I think cause I think it's reading from the old Ken file because look. Aerial down. Spikes, right? Aerial down. In here. Is supposed to do 1 damage. It has no knockback or anything. That's weird. That's crazy, dude. That's so weird. Yeah, so Ken's in the game here. So let's do some movement stuff. Just so that we have that done. And I'm a dirty cheater. I did this all myself. Basically I made one Marvel 2 character, Charlie. Who's still not released. I gotta release him at some point. And I really followed Frankie. And I really feel like Charlie's like now my like standard for like how frames should be and stuff like that. For like how long should stand turn be? It should probably be 4 frames. It feels good on him, so it should probably feel good on other characters, right? So Charlie's like my golden standard. So I normally just reference the frame data that he has and then go from there now, which really helps me out a lot when making things. So let's go back to Ken. So if I ever look over this way, it's because I'm looking at Charlie and I'm looking at his frame data. So yeah. So stand turn, 4 frames, stand is fine. Crouch in, crouch loop, crouch out. I think these are good. 6 frames. Yeah, so those are good. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna mark those off. It's being done. There it is. So these are done. I think crouch in is all like here. I gotta decide if I want to give him an air dash. I don't know. I'm still undecided on if I want to give characters. I don't know if I want to give everyone an 8-way air dash. I feel like that's kind of like not in the spirit of MVC2, you know? I feel like a lot of these characters are kind of broken anyways. They don't really like need more stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's do walk-in stuff. So I'm gonna make one for walk loop. Walk stuff is always really easy. Basically, you just take the first frame here, paste it on the end, and then remove the first frame like that. And then for walk in, basically remove every frame. And you wanna know what walk out is? Just walk in. And I found this creates like a pretty good like look, so that should be good. Gel walk stuff is done, just like that. Next would be dash. All right, let's do dash. Dash. Yeah. So this is startup of dash. This is the actual dash. This is skid. Okay. So we cheat. We look at Charlie. Charlie's a 13 frame dash. I think that would add up pretty good here, to be honest. So we're just gonna copy everything over. Okay, so Ken might have a longer dash. I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter. I think this will look pretty good. Like, let's make the roll a little bit shorter. Just to do that, and then I'm not giving him a run because I don't know. Run just looks weird. I don't really have anything good to like make a good run for Ken, so he's going to transition after his dash straight into the skid state, just because it's easier. Skid is normally 15 frames. 15 frames on the dot. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so dash and skid. I'm gonna mark them as 75%, just because we haven't tested them. We don't. I don't know if they like look good yet, you know. So we'll see. Jump squat should be like 4 frames, I think. Yeah, 4 frames. Jump in. This is another one that's really easy. All the jump stuff. Basically, I just copied a bunch of times. Also, I need to copy this one more time. Jump in air, because I always mess that part up. I always forget to do that one. So, jump in air is pretty much done. It's a fall loop. Fall in. Jump out. Jump loop. And yeah, jump in. So I created 2. So jump in is going to be that. Jump loop is that first frame but held. Jump out is going to be him coming out of it. So yeah, I think until here. Fall in is going to be that frame. Like so. And the fall loop is going to be the last frame. Just him falling. So, that was kind of fast. And if you're wondering why I am so fast on doing all this jump stuff, I've done so many jumps. I've done so many recently. Because I start characters and don't finish them. And one of the things I always do first is movement. So, I've done a lot of movement. I'm just trying to see here how Charlie does stuff. Really does. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so the only real manual thing you have to do with these ones is the ledge grab box. So anyway, yeah, let me take it a little bit. Something like that. We just gotta give them a ledge grab box. It's normally not a huge deal. You can normally just copy frames over for some of them. Like fall loops, literally. That's not how it works. Yeah. So yeah, you can normally like get away with like doing stuff like this. So yeah, it looks fine. Fall in. Some characters you have to do different keyframes because it just like looks bad. Like this, I'm gonna drag this down a little bit, just make it look a little bit better. But for the most part, it's not like a huge deal. So, which is nice. You know, you don't really gotta worry about it a whole lot. This. Grab box. So we're gonna move this down. Move this down. Move this down. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, it's kind of all this jump stuff. Oh, we need one for double jump. Let me see where it starts with him. It starts with this fall in, so. Yeah, I'll do it here. Remove this frame. Maybe that's kind of useless. Clear this one. Cut this one out. I wish clear frame on the first frame would just clear it and make it a blank keyframe. I don't like how we have to like mess with it. It's kind of annoying. But okay, so this should all be pretty good. Might touch them up here and there, frame data wise, a little bit, but that's all done. We got like 47% of movement already done, which is pretty big. Jump in air is also done. So land light, he just has 1 frame. Okay, I'm gonna rename this land lights. So I kind of want more frames for land light. Let me look at Charlie. What do you do? Yeah, so he starts. Okay, so it starts there. And then on this frame, we're gonna get this one. Because Like I want him to like come down, like he's gonna land and then go down and come back up. So, and then this frame here is gonna be coming up. And I don't think we need this last frame. Yep. Yeah, he's gonna go down and come up. Pretty quick, pretty cool. We need a frame script layer though for two things. One, play the land sound. Two, set it so he can do actions. Now, I was like 7 frames before he can do an action. I don't know, that just feels good to me. For what I normally do. So, oh, I just made this all crouch out. Oops. We'll duplicate this. Call this name light. And then revert this all back. So crouch out was just, I think it's just this. And it's, yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's reverted, and sometimes I get cloud, stuff like that. So that's that. Let's do all the lands right now. So we'll do land heavy next. So this goes away. And then this is held. Again, I'm looking at Charlie for this, because I like Charlie's frame data for this kind of stuff. And then frame 14. So it's 12, so 2 more. And then 18. So 1 more. Then we go all the way to 22. Yeah. Just gonna land, hold it. That looks good. Okay, good. That's like, this is like literally like off. Like it's not even like close to being correct. That's funny. So now do this one. This one's pretty hard. So air dash land. Uncancelled. Alright, we're done with that one. It's literally always the same as land heavy, which is cool. Air dash land. If it's a little bit different, basically because it is longer. Take this out to 8 frames. It should be on frame 19 so when this hits. And then frame 25. And we go to frame 30 here. Because I think Frankie's is frame 30, so that's why this is kind of like the standard I make it frame 30. Then the fun one, air dash land. So we're gonna do that one real quick. Basically the same as land light, just a little bit different here. Get some code. I can't even figure out how that line works. I just don't know how it works. I just know it feels good with the values that Frankie uses, so I just kind of leave it like that. But basically we just extend this frame out a little more. Frame 7 looks like, yep. And then we end on frame 10. Good to me. Looks good to me. Good to me. Alright, so that was land light, air dash land, land heavy, this one, and this one. I'm gonna mark air dash as NA at the moment. Just because I don't know if I'm actually going to give him an air dash yet. I don't know. He doesn't have one in MVC2. So I don't know if I really want to give him one or not. I don't know. But yeah. So next we have fall special, free fall, and free fall whiff. And that's kind of like all the movement really tied up. I might have fall. Yeah, okay. I have it named wrong because I'm stupid. But here it is. So this is gonna be fall special. I think this is like off. I feel like that should be lower, but I don't know. We'll see. I always make it him spinning because I like when they spin like that. I think it just works good. Gotta give this a ledge grab box, so let's do that. Something like that. Yeah, he grabs the ledge with his feet. It's fine. And then we need to do free fall and free fall with. Why is free fall with different? That's so weird. On Charlie, it's like, oh, this needs to be special. This should be air dash. Free fall. We don't really even need these if we're not giving them air dash, but I like to have them done just in case. Free fall. Okay, so we have those. Great, cool. Movement, as far as I'm aware, is basically done. Which, yeah, like it sounds fast. Let me tell you, it sounds fast. This looks good. This is 9% of the character though done. 9%. We have a long way to go. But getting 10% done in like 30 minutes is pretty good. So we're going to publish all this and we're going to see how he feels, movement wise. I'm really looking at Skid and Dash to see if they feel good. Because I'm a little like, they may not look great. So we'll see how they are. Cool. So yeah, Air Dash is pretty good. You know, it's pretty standard. I feel like it's a little fast. I feel like what I could do is I could move this last frame here. So basically make this extend out to frame 13. Right, make this like actual dash a little longer. And then move this to Skid. Yeah, move this to the start of Skid. And we'll go from there. Right, so just copy this, this, this. Make this, cut that out. And we'll make it like 1, 2, 3. So I want to do that. Right, that's how Charlie does it. 13. Yeah, 13 framer. Yeah, I think this will look better. Then we got 3 frames or so, 4 frames. Give it one more. I basically want to cut down on that. Like I don't want him to like be standing up. It's for a long time. I feel like it's a little bit confusing. So we'll do this. See how that feels. Jump. Yeah, looks good. You know, no really complaints. There. Crouch is good. Walk. Yeah. I think walk's pretty good. I don't really know no points there. Yeah, that just feels better. Like I feel like I feel like I like that. I feel like that's like pretty good. Dash wise. Like I feel like that looks, it feels a lot better and it reads a lot better. Like I didn't really change a whole lot, but it just like that small difference like really I feel like helps a lot. So but yeah. Look at this double jump. Pretty cool. He doesn't have an aerial forward? Wait, what? Oh, I didn't have aerial forward. That's so weird. But yeah. That's all the movement really done. I'm gonna mark that off. So we have basically done 10% of the work. We have 100% movement done. So that's actually kind of crazy. That was pretty quick. Yeah, that's kind of the progress we're at right now. I don't really want to do too much more for this video because it's already getting kind of long. And I have baby attention span. I don't want to sit through editing too long of a video because it makes it feel overwhelming if I have like 3 hours of footage and I have to cut it down to like a reasonable amount. So, yeah, this has been the Weekly WIP. Working on Ken. We're gonna hopefully do this every single Wednesday, and I'm planning on continuing to work on Ken until I get him like published and done, or just kind of complete. Still kind of like undecided on how I want to publish my entire like project per se. I don't know if I want to wait until like every character's done before I publish or what. Not, I don't really know yet, but we'll see. I'll probably release some characters for beta testing as they come out. Not like a full release, but like for beta stuff, just so I can get feedback while I work on other characters, so I can come back eventually and fix some of the problems that the characters I had in beta for. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll probably release them like temporarily, not like their final version, but like a beta, basically like an open beta for them. So yeah, so I think next time, I just realized I was only recording my face and I'm sitting here dashing with Ken. I think next time what we're gonna do is we are going to work on his attacks, which is going to include like mapping them all correctly, and then also giving them hitbox stats, and yeah, just making the moves feel good and stuff. So we're gonna do that. If we fly through that, which we might go to some of the special moves, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. I might do attacks, and then I might do some of this more boring stuff over here, like the hurt stuff and whatever, just to like break up the exciting parts with the boring parts, because I mean, this stuff's kind of boring, but it's important to see. It's important to see. It's important to see the entire process. But yeah, so this has been the Weekly WIP, guys. If you like the content, feel free to subscribing, you know. Hopefully we're going to be doing this every week for as long as I can, so yeah, we're going to be doing this, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like, comment what you want me to do for the series, if it's like good, stuff like that, and yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.